Hello
Okay.
and welcome to Card Talk. I'm your host, Grant, and joining me today is Matt.
Hello, everyone.
And today we are continuing with our Saga campaign for the Ring Goes South. So we've successfully crossed the ford of Brunin. We are about to have our meeting with Elrond, the council, and my hero lineup has not changed. Um, my deck is pretty much similar to what you've seen in the first two quests of the Black Riders. Matt, what are you running?
Well, I continue to build around Hero Gandalf, but I decided to try a Three Hunters build, and considering my understanding of this quest, threat is a big issue, I went with spirit versions of Legolas and Aragorn to partner up with Gandalf, and it's going to be quite interesting, I think. So, I'm going to be stretching Gandalf's ability to smooth resources for me.
Okay, so um, each player may choose and we've earned these boon cards. So we've earned Anduril, we have earned Glamdring, we have earned the Mithril shirt, and we have earned Sting. So I think my deck will take Glamdring because I could suffer from card draw. And Dural probably better on Gandalf or Aragorn.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably want to take it and put it on Gandalf at some
Probably.
point because Legolas will be able to ready Gandalf up for me after questing.
Yep, and then these two remaining boons get shuffled into my deck. So I'll just shuffle these three boons into my deck and shuffle those into.
I thought the ones we pick go into our hand.
Uh,
Yeah,
oh,
each player chooses one, adds it to his hand.
alright, well, I've just shuffled it into my deck. I'll just go and grab that. Uh, there it is, right near the top. Okay. Okay, and then I think that this task is appointed for you, Frodo, and that if you do not find a way, no one will. Elrond from the Fellowship of the Ring. In the house of Elrond, the evil wound that Frodo received on Weathertop is healed, and he is reunited with his uncle Bilbo. But the One Ring cannot remain hidden in Rivendell for long. So Lord Elrond summons a council to decide what should be done to protect the free peoples of Middle-earth. You want to flip over the...
Oh, yep, I can do that.
Okay, and at the end of the planning phase, we have a lot of things to do. So we start with our planning phase. I forgot to ask, do you want a mulligan your opening hand?
No, because I've got Wizard Pipe in hand, and that will save me a lot of issues. Plus, I've got the Mariner's Compass in my hand, which I include specifically to tech for this quest.
Okay, well, I'm starting off with um, Gondor. I'm then going to play K1 for Glamdring onto Irma. So he's now attacking for 6. I will give a Dagger of Westerness to Frodo for free. I will drop out a Warrior Sword on Eowyn. I will spend 1 for an Open the Armory. And I will grab... Okay, that's me done.
Nice. Man. So I'd like to get that Mariner's Compass out sometime soon, but I think we'll be okay for a little bit. Let's see.
Well, he could always play out Anduril straight away and give Gandalf that boost.
This is true. I've also got 2 silver circlets in my hand. I could play my wizard pipe and put one out on Gandalf and get another one out and give us a lot of questing power to start off with. Just not sure if we need that right off the bat or if I should focus on Enduro makes a big boost because then Gandalf can defend pretty easily. Yeah, so if I play my wizard pipe, I don't need to swap it. I don't have Elven Light yet for easy discarding for Legolas to ready necessarily Gandalf after request, but well, let's go ahead and get use those 2, get Enduril onto Gandalf. Yeah, I don't want to necessarily keep Wizard Pipe in my hand. The sooner we get Gandalf swapping cards, the better.
Yeah.
And actually, I could get my Dagger of Westerness out now with the Wizard Pipe.
If you put it on top of your deck.
Yeah. I think we'll go ahead and do that. Play it on to Legolas.
And I used the wrong resource for open the armory. I should have used. I'll do that. I played my open armory. Okay, so are we at the end of the quest? At the end of the planning phase, each player puts the top card of his deck face down in front of him. So there are a total of 4 cards in Okay, so I say you play one of your Calabrian stones.
Sounds good.
I will take Campfire Tales into hand. Shall we discard the other Calabrian stone and shuffle the War Axe back into the deck?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so who are you playing your Calabrian stone on? Aragorn for his ability?
Well, it only gives him a spirit icon since I'm playing the spirit version, but yeah, I guess that
No, I was talking about for Aragorn's ability to reduce the threat of a location based on his willpower.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the best use for if we don't immediately use him to quest.
Okay, now then, we've got to choose whether or not to have Lust for the Ring shuffled into the deck. Me personally, I'm okay taking the +5 threat raise.
I have a couple threat reduction cards in my hand, so I'm okay with taking 5 threat as well.
Okay, so I'll go with 31 threat.
I'm in Valor.
You go up to 40. Okay, and then we advance to quest stage 2. Make the red home pass, the active location. And the first player reveals cards from the encounter deck until there is at least X threat in the staging area. X is twice in the
Alright, so we need 4 threat. There's 2. 5.
Okay, and the council decides the One Ring must be cast into Mount Doom. Frodo has appointed 8 companions to help him complete this quest, and the company of the Ring sets out from Rivendell into Holland on their way to Mordor. Holland is no longer wholesome for us. It's being watched. During the travel phase, players must travel to a location if able After an enemy engages a player, place 1 damage on the active. Okay, so for questing, I will send 4 and 5, and I will attack that warg with Tiamat, killing it.
Okay.
So I'm sending a total of 5, 7 to the quest.
Well, just debating if I want to. I think I'll be okay sending Gandalf. I sent Legolas is only add 1 right now, and I don't necessarily want to discard a card yet to ready Gandalf. And I could always exhaust Aragorn to reduce staging area threat later if we don't get any enemies. So I'll keep him up for now.
Yep.
So you were sending 5?
Yep.
Or 9. Card number 1. Great War Chief. Okay, and card number 2. Snowdrifts. So gets the active location. No more than 3 progress can be placed on attached location each round. That's not great. So
we're up against 7, then 16. We make 3 progress.
because Frodo is going for 2. Forgot to add him. So, yeah, we make 3. All right.
Do you want this Great Warg, Chief?
Do I want him? Not necessarily, but I think I probably have the best chance of doing anything to him at the moment.
Yeah. Warg.
And we have to discard cards till another war comes out. There we go.
Yep, and don't forget to deal damage to the Red Horn Pass from you.
Well, it gets 2 now because of the other warg, and a 3rd from its forced ability. All right.
Okay.
Oh man.
Erkenbrand will defend your Howling Warg.
Oh, one thing while we're on engagements, I'm going to play my Well-Worn to drop my threat by 4 for engaging the Great Warg Chief.
Sounds good. Don't kill the Great Warg Chief yet, because I've got a secret vigil that can drop our threat by another 4.
Okay.
Next round.
And which one were you defending again?
The Howling Warg.
Okay. Defending player discards a non-objective attachment he controls.
I will cancel that for you.
Thank you. Let's see. Aragorn probably will survive this attack.
We hope.
No shadow, so Aragorn takes 3 damage.
Yep.
And thanks to dropping my threat, Legolas can attack for 5, putting 3 damage on the Howling Warg.
Yep.
And looks like that's going to be it for this round.
Yes. What's your talking like?
Well, I could get us a lot more willpower, but I think I need to get Shadowfax onto Gandalf here so that
Remember, you got Frodo's resource there.
Oh, that's true.
So you
I
can
could play out.
So you can spend neutral cards and you can still get one of your silver circlets out.
Or do I save the resource for canceling an attack from an enemy? I probably won't need to cancel attack if I get Shadowfax on the Gandalf, though, because then he'll be able to defend.
Yes, one resource from Frodo.
And use Gandalf's and that, and let's give Legolas the Silver Circlet, so that he is now questing for 3. Oh, and he spent his resource for Shadowfax. I think that's it for my planning there.
Yeah, I'm going to spend two resources to lay out an ancestral armor onto Erkenbrand. Now up to 5 defense and 6 hit points. I will then play out a Spear of the Mark. How would you like to draw a card? Campfire Tale.
Sounds good to me. Ah,
I will spend 1 for a vigil on Great Warchief.
it's too bad my planning is over. I got a Gandorian shield on top of my deck now.
I will then play the Spear of the Mark on Eowyn. So turn after next, I might be weapon if I draw in a round or something.
Yeah, I should be able to flip next turn, because I'll be able to put Gandorian shield on top and give a Silver Circlet.
You won't be able to flip
someone.
because you'll gain control of Frodo next turn. Like at the
Oh,
end
at
of
the
next
end,
turn.
yep. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, are we ready to quest?
I believe so.
I'll send 4.
I will send 7, and I will discard and open the armory to ready Gandalf after he quests.
Yeah.
So we are, and oh, I'll send Frodo as well. So we're 13.
Yep.
Card number 1 is the ring draws them. Each end of stage area engages the first player. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that over here to remind me.
Yep, and that surges.
The surge card is the Storm of Howls.
Which
Either the warg
surges?
enemy. Okay. Card number 2 is the Hound of Sauron, which searches as well. Okay.
So this is all card 1.
And we get the Red Horn Foothills.
Okay, and card number 2
is a Howling Warg.
Okay.
So that Howling Warg will be coming to me.
And so will the Hound of Sauron by the effect of the ring draws them.
Yep. Okay.
So we're up against 2, 4, 6, 7,
10.
10, yep.
So we make exactly 3 progress.
And we deal 3 damage to characters we control. 1.
Each player. Man. I better let Legolas take all of that since he won't be defending. And this goes to the victory display.
Do we want to go to Regian?
It's either the Red Horn Foothills or Region, which Region getting more
It doesn't
damage
matter.
on it isn't too bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We've got to travel, so do we want to go to Regian?
Yeah, I would say a Regian over Red Horn.
Yep. Okay, so we'll travel there. And then both these enemies come down to you. I can't optionally engage them because of the fact of that treachery.
Yep.
But you do have Mr. Underhill you can use to cancel an attack.
Yes, and I think I'm going to have to use it to cancel Probably the Great Warg's attack.
I'll defend the Great Wargs because Brand's defending for 5. So Brand defends the Great Warg.
Okay. Attack enemy gets +1.
That's fine.
All right. Let's see. Probably the Hound of Sauron then is the most dangerous. And Gandalf actually. And Durrell increases his willpower as well. So actually, he should be questing for 5. He's got 4 attack and 4 defense. So I could block it. Well, that's better to cancel the one that might get boosted to damage. So we'll cancel the Hound of Sauron's attack.
Yeah.
And we'll have Aragorn defend the damaged Warg.
Yeah, don't forget to put a damage on it, a Regian, because the Howling Warg's back. When he attacks, place 1 damage on the active location.
Oh, it's so when he attacks.
Yep.
Okay. I did an extra one for the engagement on the Howling Warg, so
okay.
That should be correct.
Yep, we're correct now, so it gets +1, so that's 4 attack against 2 defense.
Yep, that kills Aragorn there.
And I think that's time we scoop and try again, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, we'll be back in a minute.
Just clear the board.
Welcome back. After some technical difficulties where we actually lost the quest, we are back. And you did not see Matt's other deck because that deck was not there. He's always been running Council of the Wise. We know no different. Isn't that right?
Sure, if you want to spin it that way, that's fine.
Why not? Just have a bit of fun with it. So we are back, and as before, I am shuffling in Sting and the Mithril Shirt into my deck, and taking Landring into hand.
And I'm taking Enduro into my hand.
And Let's start. You want to flip over the Council of Elrond? So
There we go.
okay. Well, I'm going to start off by paying 1 for a copy of the Armadestria. I will then play out Dagger of Westerness for what? For free. I'll then spend 1 for a Song of Battle on Irma, and then spend 1 for a War Axe. So he's now up to 4 from the Valiant Warrior. That puts 6 from the Dagger of Westerness, and then 2 from the War Axe. Then I'll drop a Warrior Sword on Eowyn for free. And that's me done.
All right. Well, I think I am going to go ahead and play out Endural. And I'm thinking it might be best actually to put on Aragorn this time, because then I'll have 2 decent defender, or well, 3 decent defense options and a decent attacker as well.
Yeah.
Turn Aragorn into a nice jack of all trades here for me. And that's it for my planning.
Yeah, so questing, I will send. Oh no, wait, we have to do the top 4 cards of our deck. Of Elrond.
That's too bad, because there goes the hidden cache. Hey, Gandalf's staff, though.
Okay, well, I would say either putting Sting or Gandalf's staff into play would be the smart move.
Yes, man.
I'll take Sting into hand. You put Gandalf's staff into play,
Sounds good.
and then how about we shuffle the Blade of Gondolin back into the encounter, back into the deck, and discard hidden cache.
Yep.
So that
I guess does that trigger hidden cache actually? Technically, it was discarded from my deck.
I'm
I
not.
don't know.
I'm not
Well,
sure.
let's grim rule it then and say it doesn't count.
I'll shuffle that back in the deck. Okay. So next question. Are we raising our threat by 5 for that Lust for the Ring?
I'm okay with that. I've got Woodsman's Clearing in my hand.
Yeah, I'm just. Okay, so as long as Lust for the Ring isn't attached, we don't earn it.
Okay.
So we could put it in. Do you have ways of cancelling burdens, like attachments, like of Power of Orthanc and what have you?
Let's see. I used to have it in this deck. I might have taken the condition removal out. I still have Power of Orthanc in the deck.
Okay, well, do you want to not raise your threat by 5 then?
Yeah, that probably would be best if it's just that is the potential way.
Well, I've just looked at the resolution for this quest. If Lust for the Ring is attached to a hero, the players have earned that burden. So as long as it's not attached, we don't earn it.
Okay.
So shuffle up into the encounter deck. And then we move on to quest phase 2. And we get
It's interesting, it's got a player card back. So that's Maybe that's one that's supposed to go in a player's deck?
No, because Peril and Surge.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Alright, just a
Okay.
graphical glitch, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, so questing.
Quest stage 2.
Yes, that too. So we need 2 card, or X threat, which is H4. So we've got Caribbean from Dunland. Oh, we have to exhaust a hero or control or engage Caribbean from Dunland. So shouldn't have revealed that other one just yet.
And
What do you
after,
think?
well, either way, we're getting that Warg
It's true.
after it's engaged. So I will exhaust Yama because of the fact that he doesn't have a resource to attack the Caribbean in this round. So the next card is the Warg that comes out for standard. So we're up against 5.
Right. That sets up. And all right.
I'll send 6 to the quest with Frodo.
And won't necessarily have to engage the Warg unless we get some other enemy. So I will go ahead and send Gandalf. That's only giving us 8. Are we sending Frodo?
Yeah, I was already sending Frodo. I've marked it down on my thing. So
Okay.
that's
10.
10 against 5. And we've got to make the Red Home Gate the active location.
Yes, we do. I guess, should I go ahead and send Aragorn? And just where we're going to get more enemies. So I feel like I should have 2 blockers up.
Well, I've got Erkenbrand that can defend 2. Potential.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and send Aragorn, so we're at least making 13 together.
Okay.
Alright, card number 1. Bitter Cold. Each player must choose either discard each ally controls or raise his threat by 1 for each ally controls. So that basically whiffs against us right now. Great time to see that. Card number 2 is Eregion.
So we're up against 8. So we make 5 progress.
Almost cleared it on the first go.
Okay, and this Trebine from Dunland is going to engage.
Okay, and we don't get the Howling Ward just yet.
Oh, so damage the Red Horn Pass.
And we also have to reveal a card.
Yes, we do. This 3 damage on each active location.
Alright. Yep. Don't have a way to cancel that yet.
Erkenbrand will defend the Trebine for you.
Thank you. Back enemy gets +1 or +2 if engaged this round, so it's attack over 3.
Against the defense of 3.
Perfect. And I guess Dane can go ahead and attack and put damage on it.
Yeah, could I get Gandalf's resource this turn?
Yeah, everything in my hand basically costs 1.
Yeah, I'll give that to Emma. Okay, are we ready to start next round?
Yep.
Okay, how about we all go and draw a card before you start your turn, just get some of that. Change your mind.
Thank you. Well, I got a well-equipped, and I see Elven Light on top. I don't have my Wizard Pipe yet set up, well-equipped to attach something for me. And don't really have a good target yet for Woodsman's Clearing. Could get the Sigil Miner started, though. And I think getting Wingfoot on Aragorn would be a good because then I can send him to the quest and possibly ready him. Yeah, let's use Gandalf's staff for a spirit resource and pay for Danes to put out the Sigil Miner.
Yeah.
And I will go ahead and Sigil naming 1. So I'll get 1 for Elven Light. And there goes my Elrond's Council. Yes, do we want a resource?
You
Get
could.
Thor's Key.
Well, you could put a resource on Gandalf, play a Bilbo from the top of your deck, and get your Wizard Pipe. You haven't played a card from the top of your deck.
That's a good point. Let's go ahead and do that. And get my Wizard Pipe. There it is. Nah, still no attachment that I want to put on Dane for well equipped. So I haven't played an event this turn. So all right, I think I am all set there. Thank you.
Okay, well, I'm going to spend 1 for Glamdring.
Oh, you know what, Grant? For rewind a second, I'm going to spend a resource from Frodo to play the pipe.
Okay, no worries. And I'm going to play the Spear of the Mark on Eowyn for free. I'm going to spend 1, drop out a Song of Battle onto Aragorn.
Oh, thank you.
Just in case I draw me other War Axe, I've got a target to put it on.
Sounds great to me.
Okay, so are we ready to quest?
I believe so.
Okay, I will send 5 and I will kill that warg staging area. I believe 11 attack it. Kill it.
Are you sure? I'm not sure I believe you there.
Do you think I could get Eomer up to 17 attack?
Well, considering I've seen him get much higher than that when we played the Three Hunters deck with Galadriel and Hrugrim, I would believe it possible.
Yeah, but that's using Galadriel's willpower to beat them. I was thinking, could I one-shot the Watcher in the water? The answer is, the most I could probably get out of him is another 3 plus 3 attack, which would put him to 14. Because I don't have this, like, doing a day in marks or anything in here, so unfortunately I think 14 would be the max that I can get his attack up to.
Okay.
That's a shame. You know,
Yeah.
Eomer one-shot the Watcher in the water, but he'll one-shot pretty much everything else.
Well, I am going to send 4, 7, and don't have to exhaust Wingfoot. I just need to name something. I'm going to say location. So I recall it's pretty evenly split among the 3 types. And then yeah, you quested for 5.
Yep.
I think that will be good enough because I would like to try and get rid of this Krevian if possible. And I don't think even if I sent Gandalf, we would clear this stage this turn.
Okay, card number 1.
Card 1 is a Hound of Sauron, which surges into Snowdrifts. That's fine, so we'll probably clear that.
Card number 2.
Card number 2 is Redhorn Foothills, which readies Aragorn.
So we're up against 8. So we make 4 progress. And we each have to deal 4 damage to character.
Let's see. Bilbo can take 1 for me.
Yeah, are you engaging this hound, Sauron?
Yes, I can engage it.
Yeah.
So that puts, oh, we clear this, so it goes to victory display, that goes away. I
Travel.
guess, did we want to, we have to travel first.
You want to go to the Redhorn foothills? Or do you want to discard allies, the damage on them?
I think we're going to a region now before it gets too big. I don't have a ton of allies in my deck, and I don't necessarily mind discarding Bilbo now that I've got the Wizard Pipe.
Okay, let's go to Oregon. You said you wanted to deal with the Hound of Sauron.
Yep, so I will engage it. Let's get to damage.
Yep, and I will defend your Crebine and discard the shadow from the Hound.
Okay. Gee,
Oh,
I
well.
wonder what that shadow is on Crebine. Nope.
Lust for the
Or-
Ring, I believe.
Actually, it should be that way.
Yeah, so Lust for the
That
Ring
one.
gets discarded.
And Crebine Shadow. Defending player raises his threat by 3.
Okay, so raise your threat by 3.
Alright. And then attack backs. Let's see here. I've got 7/9 attack available to me. I only need 2 to take care of Crebine, so we have Dane kill it.
Gandalf and Aragorn. The Hound.
Yep. Okay. Oh, Anduril's ability lets him attack back enemies if he defends.
How
Okay.
How did you defend the Hound, by the way?
Oh, that's a good point. So let's get that Hound back before I do my attacks. Add 1. The Hound's attacking for 4. And the Crebine isn't too bad of an enemy to keep engaged, and so actually I will defend the Hound with Dane.
Yeah.
And I will mine my White Council to boost his defense. Right, and we'll let Gandalf and Aragorn take out the Hound.
Yeah.
Actually, nope, I could split it, because Aragorn's got enough attack on his own to kill the Hound, and Gandalf can kill the Crebine.
Yeah.
So it all worked out anyway. Well, good news, Grant. I've got power from Orthanc.
Yes, I saw you. I saw when you mined. It was like that's not okay. I'm going to drop out a round field on Erkenbrand, so I'm flipping as soon as I pass you Frodo again. I am then going to spend 1 and play out a Toothwine on Eowyn. Spend 1 to play Sting on Frodo. So his
Very
stats
nice.
are now boosted. And actually, I think I'll save that resource on Eowyn and. So what's your plan in Locking?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and play out this Woodsman's Clearing onto a region.
Do you not want to save that for your turn?
Oh, that's right. It's first player. All right, we'll keep that one. Let's go ahead and put out Thrower's Key on Dane. I have a feeling we're going to get a nasty location again soon. It's very tempting to Drinking Song off the top of my deck there, although I guess I could swap something that I don't need.
Well, if you're going to Drinking Song, then it doesn't really matter if you use your pipe or not.
Right. And I could always put the Woodsman's Clearing on the Redhorn foothills.
If that's the next location we're traveling to.
Yeah, there's just a few things in this hand that I don't necessarily want to get rid of just yet, so probably best to hold on to my drinking song for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So, I believe that is going to be it for my planning.
Okay, so question I will 4, 7.
Okay. And I will send 9 for 16, and I will say enemy, since that will probably be the use case where I'd want Aragorn ready. So card number 1, Storm of Howls. When revealed, either the warg enemy in the stage area. Oh, this just surges, doesn't it? Yep. So surge into Howling Warg, and that will ready Aragorn. Card number 2 is Crebrian.
Yeah,
So
this is me. No, this is you. So you will either exhaust a hero or engage the Crebrian. If you engage the Crebrian, the Regian gets another damage.
I would end up discarding both my allies. Let's exhaust Aragorn.
Yeah. So we're up against 3, 5, 9.
Yep. So we make 7 progress.
So the players as a group must discard X allies from play. X is damage yet.
Hi, Bilbo. Sorry.
Okay. Travel to the Redhorn foothills.
Yep, we might as well. Oh, we have to. All right.
Now both of these enemies are coming down.
Yeah, your threat's 28. Actually, the Crevian engagement would be 23 thanks to Redhorn.
It's 5 yet. So I'll take the Carabine if you want to take the Wargs.
And we need to reveal a card.
Yeah.
And this gets 2 damage. That's after it attacks. So we get Tree Crowned Hill. Now the exhausting X number of characters is going to be tough.
Well, you've got your Rose Key.
Oh, that's right, and it's the new location, so actually that gets blanked. That will be a good one to blank. All right. So shadow cards.
Yep. Erkenbrand is going to defend my Carabine.
Canceling the discarded non-objective attachment.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Erkenbrand will Rose.
+2, so it's attacking for 5.
No damage. And don't forget to put the extra damage on the foothill.
For attacking. Yep. All right.
And then Irma kills the Carabine.
And well, I have 3 attack between Dane and Sigil here. So we will go ahead and attack and put a damage on it.
Yeah. You become first player. I can put my contract because at the end of the refresh phase, Frodo. I now get willpower boost. Yeah. How's your turn looking?
Well, I think now is a good time for Woodsman's Clearing there.
Yep.
Let's see here. Favor of the Valor on top. I've got 2 lore resources, so I think I will just go ahead and play Favor of the Valor.
And by the way, you just removed the damage from Gandalf.
Well, I accidentally put the damage there when I was trying to
okay.
remove a resource.
Right, no worries.
That is my goof.
No worries, I was just making sure everything was right.
Yep, and yeah. Oh wait, I can't play the dwarf pipe unless I pipe something back on top of my deck. Which we got the random discard coming up, so that might not actually be a bad idea.
Well, why don't you always put the Power of Volthank on the top of your deck so you don't risk losing it with the Redhorn Foothill.
Well, I was thinking actually putting Dwarven Tomb back on top, because that will get me Power of Vorthag or Will of the West.
Good point.
So we will do that, and I will play the Dwarven Pipe and put it on Dane, and that'll be it for my planning.
Yeah. My planning, I'm just drop around on a Frodo. Actually, I'll give it a Dane.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, questing, I will send 7.
I will also send 7.
You want to send Frodo?
Oh, I guess we'll make that 10. 17 together. And for Aragorn, I'll say enemy again.
Yeah.
Card number 1. Rain draws them, and it surges. And card number 2, Hills of Holland. Sorry, surge card. Now card number 2 is Redhorn Foothills. So it looks like we got
9 in the staging area.
Yep. Oh, I don't have to adjust my threat tracker there. So looks like we make 8 progress. Which means we clear not only Redhorn Foothills, but Second Presage.
And discard the ring draws them, because
it whiffs.
Unless we get enemies now.
That's true. Let's see, I guess what stage 3 brings us. The hunt is up. Each player searches a counter deck and discard pile for an enemy and adds it to the staging area. One of those enemies must be Great Warg Chief if able. Alright. So we've got a Hound of Sauron, Howling Warg, and Great Warg Chief are all in the encounter deck itself. Or do we want a Crebrian for Dunland? Although that reveals another counter card.
No,
we have to take Great Warg Chief.
It's just for an enemy, right? I was just making sure on the terminology. Do we want just to take a Hound?
Yeah, as then it won't surge, and they're kind of easy to kill.
Yeah, and both of these are coming down to engage you thanks to the treachery that we've just revealed.
Yep, well, and the wargs would have re-engaged me and everything else too. I guess we have to, or no, we don't have to travel anymore. Let's flip the card here. Oh, we have to travel.
Yep.
Enters play, and still if we engage enemy gets a damage.
Should we go to the Redhorn Foothills again?
Oh, you know what? We explored that one Redhorn Foothills and had 3 damage, so I have to randomly discard 3 cards in my hand. 1, 2, 3. Ah, there went my Coney in a trap. That would have been good to keep. That's a bummer. All right. I guess we might as well, since it's got the nastiest effect. If we can get,
Well, hang on a
although
minute.
it's gonna get 2
Hang
damage on it.
on. What was the ring draws at the end of the phase? So these enemies would engage you before we put damage on the new location.
Well, we quest resolution is before the end of the phase.
Yes, but so then these enemies before we travel come down to engage you. Therefore, we cannot damage any location.
Because it's damage on the active location.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, you're right. These come down to me now. And now we travel.
Yeah.
So,
do we want to go to the foothills again, or do we want to go to... Well,
they'll get 1 damage, which isn't too bad.
We've got the forced effect of the Great Warg to go off. He's engaged you.
Oh, that's right. Discard cards.
Yeah.
Move these over. There's a Howling Warg in there, so there it is. And that's coming down to me as well.
Unless I optionally engage. Which I could do. Unless you want it.
Well, I guess the question is, does the burden still affect things? Because technically, it's the forced effect at the end of the phase when the Great Warg Chief engages me, so everything still has to engage thanks to...
Yeah, good point. Still technical. Okay, it comes down to you.
Yep. So we're putting at least 2 damage on wherever we travel to, thanks to the 2 Howling Wargs.
So where do you want to go to then?
Yeah, we probably should still go to the Redhorn Foothills, because getting more cards discarded, I don't know that we're going to ever get less than 2 damage on a location from this point on.
Yeah, probably not. Okay, shadow cards dealt to you.
Yep.
And you know what? I will defend both of your Howling Wargs, and I'll discard the shadow card from the Great Warg.
Thank you. So, attacking gets +1. So 4.
So that deals 1 damage.
And second shadow makes an additional attack.
I will cancel that attack. And that's 2 damage on the Redhorn Foothills.
Yes. Alright. Let's see here. What do I got? Could use Mr. Underhill to cancel an attack.
Good indeed.
And Dane doesn't have any extra defense right now. So let's let Dane defend the Hound of Sauron. No shadow. So I will go ahead and mine away my Dwarven Tomb, putting it on the bottom.
Yeah.
There it goes. And we will cancel the Great Warg Chief shadow with attack with Mr. Underhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Sigil's not going to do much for me right now.
Could I use Gandalf's staff to draw a card?
Yes, and actually... Oh no, I don't want to put Silver Circlet onto Dane. So playing well equipped is not going to help.
Okay, I'm going to drop out Open the Armory for the cost of 1, Frodo's resources. Top 10 cards in my deck. Drop that out. Yeah. Going to trigger both 3 hunters to remove damage, and then I spend 1, 4 resources, put out an Ancestral Armor. And then I'm going to spend 1 resource and give Aragorn, he's got the tactics icon, a Rohan Warhorse.
Okay.
And that's me done.
Well, I am going to Wizard Pipe my Silver Circlet back on top of my deck. And then pay 2, put on Gandalf. He can quest for 6. Now I have 2 resources on Aragorn. So I think I will go ahead and end my planning there.
Well, what you could do is draw a card with Gandalf's staff, and then mine whatever's on top to gain that extra resource and play out Shadowfax.
That is a possibility if I can. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Let's draw Shadowfax. Name 1, mine my Word of Command, and unfortunately Arwen.
You do have Dwarf Pipe to put one of them on the bottom if you so wish.
True. We could do that with Arwen. She's the only one. Word of Command isn't super helpful right this second.
And then that gives you a 3rd resource that you could play Shadowfax.
Yes, I was going to put that on Gandalf, but we will just go ahead and spend it and put Shadowfax on him.
Okay, so questing, I will spend 7, 11, 14 I will send to quest with Frodo.
Okay.
You might want to keep your guys up just for combat.
Yeah, I was debating even just sending Gandalf since he's questing for 6 now, but with you questing for 14, I think I need to focus on getting rid of some of these engaged enemies.
Yep.
Alright, so card number 1 is a Hound of Sauron, which surges into the ring, draws them.
I can't cancel it, so...
And that surges into a Crebrian from Dunland.
I can't...
So, yeah.
I can't... So it's going to have to come down and engage with us. I can't exhaust anybody, otherwise I'm taking undefended attacks, which equals dead hero.
Yep.
Deal next card.
And that is the Lust for the Ring.
Right,
So attached to non-fellowship hero. Doesn't matter. I guess that was the...
Attach it to Erkenbrand, because he's the only one not questing at the minute.
Alright. And that also surges. So Region is finally card number 1. Card number 2 is Storm of Howl, so each warg enemy gets minus 20 engagement cost. Just gains Surge then.
I'm just going to have it as the Hound of Sauron attack.
Yeah.
And defend it with Erkenbrand.
Alright. Tarot card. Discard a non-objective attachment.
Too bad I can't discard Lust for the Ring. No damage.
Alright. And so the Hound of Sauron has 30 engagement cost this round.
No, it doesn't. It is at
Oh, or each
45.
enemy gets minus 20.
Yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
But it's coming down to me regardless because of the ring draws them.
Yeah.
So that's another 2 damage on the Redhorn Foothills. For these two enemies. Well, for the Crabine anyway. 1 damage for the Crabine.
Yeah, right now.
So
No, get one more at
3,
on the Hound.
4, 5, 6, 9.
Yep, 9 versus 14. So we make 5, which is just enough.
Yep, I don't have any cards to discard.
Well, before we completely do Quest Resolution, instead of risking discarding my Power of Orthanc, I'm going to play it so we can get rid of the Lust for the Ring.
Yeah, raise my threat by 2.
And basically just discard my hand at that point. And I will lower my threat by 1 for playing an event, I think.
Yep. Let's just hope this Power of Lust for the Ring doesn't come back up.
Well, good news is Dwarven Tomb is still in my deck. So I can get it back.
Okay. So that clears the Redhorn Foothills. And travel to... what, Eregion?
Yeah, we might as well.
Well, the Hound of Sauron comes down before we travel.
Doesn't travel before engagements?
No, because of the rings draws them. At the end of the phase, the Hound comes down to engages.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. Should have kept that out. Alright, now we travel. And so we don't get any new engagements from that. So shadows.
I'm not going to be able to defend any of yours this round.
Yep. So
Erkenbrand's going to defend the Hound for me.
Alright. No shadow?
Damage and undefended on the Crabine.
Did you want... Oh, because you already used the Destrier, so...
Yep.
You raise your threat by 3.
And I take 1 damage. Okay. And you want to discard this Lust for the Ring? We use Power of Orthanc on it.
Thank you. Okay.
Aragorn can defend, kill, and then defend again if you need him to.
Oh, because of the Red Rohan Warhorse.
Oh, he can't kill anything. He doesn't have enough attack. He's only got 4 attack.
Yeah. Well, he could kill the Hound of Sauron.
Oh, good point.
He just wouldn't survive the attack.
Yeah.
I basically have 3 safe defenses, probably. I already used Gandalf's Staff. Distant Stars doesn't help us at the moment. So I guess I'm just going to have to hope that Aragorn doesn't die here from a Howling Warg attack.
Yeah.
I'll have him defend the damaged Howling Warg. Attack enemy gets +1, so that kills Aragorn.
Okay. So that concludes. I think we need to go back to the drawing board for our decks.
Yeah, mine's just not set up enough for the combat here. I was trying to put in a lot of the tech for the quest to deal with the locations, And I'm not even having the opportunity to use the tech, so having to spend so much to try and beef up my heroes to deal with all the wargs coming out.
Yeah, so I think we need to go back to the drawing board and possibly looking at altering your deck. I'm not sure if this miners is the way to go. Obviously, we will not incur a threat penalty for you for changing heroes in this part of the game.
Yeah, I
So,
probably need to look into something kind of like what you have with Brand, getting a defender set up so they can defend multiple attacks at the very least.
so maybe we should look back at the drawing board and come back in a week or so and see where we're at.
Yep, sounds good.
So thank you for joining me today, Matt.
Yep, thanks for the games, Grant.
Yep, it's been a fun ride, but obviously these decks haven't branded the results we were hoping for against the Ringos South. So maybe we need to look into altering them slightly for this quest.
Yep, definitely a tough quest to kind of prepare for with all the location damage effects. So even with some tech to try and discard them or blank them, there's just so many that come out, and like the ally ones, you've been able to play around with the 3 hunters. And the first one I tried, like a region, was not an issue, but then like Tree Crown Hills one to watch out for because it would best with the action advantage,
Definitely.
and also all the threat raises in this quest can be kind of a tough one to deal with as well.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll have a look and we'll get back in a couple of, maybe next week, maybe the week after, depending on my schedule and Matt's schedule. But we will be back for another attempt at the Ringo South. Until then, happy questing.
Thanks, everyone.